All right, guys. So welcome to this week's trade analysis. I'm making it short 'cause I just recorded the whole video and literally was recording the wrong screen. So first, I'd like to mention that this week is gonna be a very high impact news. We want to be very careful. We have a lot of news drivers. The NFP's weak. Federal funds rate. Very interested to see what the Federal Reserve does, whether they increase interest rates or not. But we have a very high impact week. Market's going to be very volatile, so I'll be very careful, right? A lot of targets and objectives have been already hit on some of the pairs we're trading. So I'll be very careful and be nimble here. Let's watch what happens. My advice is be take it easy this week. And then going to next weekend, we'll have more idea on where the market's likely to go. All right. All right, first, we're going to go to the dollar. Nothing has changed yet on the dollar. Again, just expecting continuous consolidation until we get out of this valley gap here. I'm just expecting consolidation, but it did do what we expected last week, which is run below this liquidity pool, then reject. So that's part one, run below here. Now let's see if we can get a continuous run higher. And if we do, we have the liquidity pool here, obviously, and another liquidity pool at 108 level. I would like to mention that gold is very so. Two things here. Gold has been going higher as well as dollar. Two of them cannot be doing the same thing at the same time. It happens here and there, but when that happens, you want to be more cautious. Dollar to me is predisposed to go higher. Same with gold. So this is where we got to be very, very careful, be very, very nimble. But dollar's clearly showing us has nowhere to go right now until it gets out of the daily fair value gap. But gold has an obvious liquidity pool that I think is going to hit on a weekly and monthly basis. So let's go into gold real quickly here on a weekly chart to kind of see what I'm talking about. But we got to be very careful here. This might lead to dollar consolidating for a while and gold continues going higher, or even gold consolidating and dollar does take its reign higher. We have high impact news this week, federal funds rate. So it'll be exciting to see what really happens, see if one breaks the other. But both cannot be going up at the same time. It can, but you want to be very cautious when that is happening. So let's quickly go into gold so you can see the highs I'm talking about. All right, so it's gold's chart right here. And you can see on gold, what I like is that we did consolidate for a while. And then we ran lower below these lows and immediately rejected. And then notice this fair value gap here that I'm expecting to act as an inversion fair value gap. We've gapped open above it. So if it comes back down, I want to see that be used as support to then take us higher. I think this liquidity pool here, these highs here are going to be blown out. We're going to see ourselves to the 200 levels. I do like how we've gone back and forth here. We've gone up and gone lower. So we've gone low back and forth on the weekly chart. And then we, again, open above this fair value gap here that will expect prices as support and then go higher. So that's what I'm expecting on gold. And that's why I say dollar is very tricky. Not to say tricky, just can consolidate for a while. And we just got to be careful, especially if you're trading forex market. All right, so just quickly back to dollar again on a 4-hour basis. Again, notice how we ran lower. We took out the intra-month low right here. So October started here. Notice how we took out that low and rejected. So what's left? This high. That's what I'm expecting. Now, we've merely rejected. If price is to make its way lower, I would expect it to at most hit this balance range here and then reject. But ideally, I don't even want to see it leave this fair value gap level. Can it? Yes, because we're in overall consolidation. But I like how we've overcome this consolidation here. And ideally, if price continue higher, I don't think it needs to go back below this consolidation. At most, if it does that, hit this balance range and then reject and continues to go higher. S&P offering us shorts as we expected, so it's wonderful seeing the breakdown. So far what we have here to me is a market maker sell model. We've had a smart money reversal. We have a lower sell, and we have the first distribution. So ideally, I'm expecting a second distribution that'll take us even lower into here. All right. So if we make our way higher first again, I'm still expecting us to go lower into here. And notice how we're also, look at these last down close candles. We kind of price bottom here previously. This consolidation pushed price up higher. Same way here. This consolidation pushed price up higher. And notice how we have matching selling. So where we bought before, We have selling on this side. Then over here, where we bought before, we have this selling here, but I like to see it trade again higher and then sell off. So this to me is a market maker sell mode on a weekly chart, and this will be taking out March's low, which is really the intra-year low. Will it do this year? I don't know, but my mind is fixated on here. However, we did take out liquidity pool. All right, so you see what I have up here. This week may also end up forming a fair value gap between 2 weeks ago candles and current candle. What I'm just saying is, what if this candle just creates a high that doesn't touch this high, that then creates some type of fair value gap that will really, really match the buying that occurred here, and then sell off. So that's what I'm expecting to see if this can offer, end up making a fair value gap. Stop maybe making a high right here. Then we have a clear fair value gap between this candle's high, this candle's low, and this candle's high. And the next week, you can trade into that and expect lower prices. So if that occurs, I will probably be getting some puts again on S&P to take this thing lower. All right, but still bearish. We haven't hit this volume balance. I think we're going to hit it eventually. So I'm not bullish at all on the S&P. On daily chart, again, we can just trade into this volume imbalance. And then if we really, really get aggressive, we could trade and take out this liquidity pool. But I'll stay bearish unless we run above this breaker right here. All right. And again, notice how on the daily chart, you can see that obvious where we bought in here. We've sold in here. So we could trade higher in there again. It will still be in territory to have another sell-off that matches the buying that occurred here. Okay. But I am expecting retracement because we have ran out some liquidity. And typically when we hit a liquidity pool, we want to expect some type of retracement. Or if we hit a high time frame level, we could expect some type of retracement. Okay. For our basis, again, we have this high, this low above 50% will be right here, which coincides with this high. So I like to see price makes its way above here. Then we'll watch to see if this fair value gap wants to offer some shorts, take it lower. Noir basis, just really watching these Thursday's new day opening gap. And we also have this current week opening gap right here. But if we establish ourselves above here, now we'll expect us to run higher into Wednesday's new day opening gap. Let's see if we want to offer shorts there or make our way a little bit higher here and then drop lower. I really don't think it needs to trade all the way above these highs. I think we consolidated in here. We did a good job of going back and forth in here. And at most it goes higher, take on this liquidity, maybe into this level right here on a 1 hour basis, 4 hour basis, and then drops. But this to me will be something I want to see us take out as long as it can go above this Thursday's new day opening gap. The NASDAQ will be the last one we touch on here. So on NASDAQ, again, clearly expecting continuous lower prices. What I would like to mention, we did trade into this volume imbalance here. Again, once we hit a high time frame level, typically I like to see us, the rule of thumb for me is we probably will retrace a little bit, take out liquidity pool on the opposing side of things before continuously going lower. That's my expectation. That's what I expect the market hits a high time frame level. So if you hit this level, yes, I'm expecting to draw even more further down to here. Well, you got to understand when we hit this level, we could retrace somewhat into maybe this candle's low right here and then drop lower. I don't think this will go above this candle's wick at all. All right. Daily basis, again, I'm watching the consequent encroachment of this candle's low. Oh, it's candle's wick. I want to see how price can maybe trade into there and then drop lower. So yes, we have a volume balance here, but if you draw a high and a low, a fib, right? This is below 50%. I want price to go above 50% of this range, then offer some shorts. So I'm really watching this fair value gap, see if that can give us a sell-off. For our basis, same thing, just watching here. This is a breaker here, so I want to see if that offers some shorts here. All right. The 1 hour basis here, have opening gap here. Again, just watching how we establish ourselves above here if we can. If we do, how does this breaker act? And really what I'll be watching for, what I really want to see price get into is this fair value gap here, which coincides with previous week opening gap. So if we find a way up here, I'm watching to see if we can make our way lower. Not bullish on this thing, but I'm expecting some type of retracement to 10 take us lower. And that will pretty be it. Pretty much that'll be it. Kind of ran through this one at 2 times the pace I did it originally. Again, I recorded the wrong screen, so kind of annoying. But I think I gave you enough of the knowledge and game here that I want to share with my expectations. So like, subscribe, share with a friend. I'll talk to you next time. You have a wonderful evening, all right?